Hey everyone, today we're talking about the Colosseum. Just hearing the name probably makes you think of gladiators fighting, huge crowds cheering, and the power of the Roman Empire. It's still standing today, showing off how smart and ambitious the Roman people were. Almost 2,000 years after it was built, the Colosseum still wows people. It represents Rome's lasting impact on the world and reminds us what humans can achieve. You know, the Colosseum wasn't always called that. It used to be the Flavian amphitheater, built by the Flavian emperors. It was like a big gift to the Roman people, a place for awesome shows and entertainment. But it was also a way of showing off their power. The Colosseum was a symbol of Rome's strength and all the cool things about their culture. This place has seen a lot of history, from the good old days of the Roman Empire to the crazy times in the Middle Ages. It's like it's seen empires rise and fall, and yet it's still here with its old stones telling stories of a time long ago. Building the Colosseum was a huge project. It wasn't just any ordinary construction, it was a monumental task that required immense resources, manpower, and ingenuity. The sheer scale of the Colosseum was unprecedented, and it was designed to be the largest amphitheater ever built. It took incredible engineering and planning, with architects and engineers working tirelessly to ensure every detail was perfect. The Romans were known for their advanced engineering skills, and the Colosseum was a testament to their expertise, the kind that showed just how advanced the Roman Empire was. Their ability to design and construct such a massive structure demonstrated their dominance in architecture and engineering during that era. Emperor Vespasian, the big guy from the Flavian dynasty, started the project in the year 70 AD. He envisioned the Colosseum as a grand symbol of Rome's power and a gift to the Roman people, showcasing the might and generosity of his rule. He picked a spot in a valley surrounded by hills, the Esquiline, Palatine, and Caelian hills. This location was strategic, providing a natural amphitheater-like setting that enhanced the grandeur of the structure. This area used to be part of Nero's fancy palace, the Domus Aurea, which was a lavish and extravagant complex. By repurposing this land, Vespasian aimed to erase Nero's tyrannical legacy and replace it with a symbol of the new, more benevolent Flavian rule. Building the Colosseum proved how good the Romans were at engineering. They employed innovative techniques and materials that were ahead of their time, setting new standards in construction. They made this massive amphitheater using concrete, stone, and some really clever building tricks. The use of concrete allowed for more flexibility in design and construction, enabling the creation of the Colosseum's iconic arches and vaults. They used over 100,000 cubic meters of travertine stone, all brought from a place called Tivoli. This stone was prized for its durability and aesthetic appeal, making it the perfect material for such a grand structure. Can you imagine moving all that stone? The logistics of transporting these massive blocks from the quarry to the construction site were a feat in themselves, involving a well-coordinated effort of manpower and technology. They cut and fit the stones perfectly without using mortar, just iron clamps to hold them together. This precision in construction ensured the stability and longevity of the Colosseum, which still stands today as a marvel of ancient engineering. And get this, thousands of skilled workers, laborers, and unfortunately slaves worked for almost 10 years to build the Colosseum. Their hard work and dedication were crucial in bringing Vespasian's vision to life. They were busy cutting, moving, and shaping those huge stone blocks. The craftsmanship involved in this process was extraordinary, with each block meticulously prepared to fit perfectly into the structure. It shows just how organized and resourceful the Roman Empire was. Their ability to manage such a large-scale project with efficiency and precision was a testament to their administrative and logistical prowess. The Colosseum was finally finished in the year 80 AD when Vespasian's son, Emperor Titus, was in charge. Titus continued his father's legacy, ensuring the completion of this monumental structure. They celebrated big time with 100 days of games and parties. These events were grand spectacles, featuring gladiatorial combats, animal hunts, and other forms of entertainment that captivated the Roman populace. The Colosseum became a source of pride for Romans and a symbol of their empire's power. It stood as a testament to their engineering prowess, cultural sophistication, and the might of the Roman Empire, leaving a legacy that endures to this day. Now, when you think of the Colosseum, you probably think of gladiators. These iconic warriors have become synonymous with the grandeur and brutality of ancient Rome. The Colosseum, with its towering arches and imposing structure, stands as a testament to the epic battles that once took place within its walls. These warriors, often slaves or prisoners of war, were trained to fight in all sorts of ways. They were not just thrown into the arena unprepared. Instead, they underwent rigorous training to master various combat techniques. This training was essential for their survival and for putting on a good show for the spectators. They used swords, shields, nets and tridents, and each gladiator had their own fighting style. Some were heavily armored, while others relied on speed and agility. The variety of weapons and styles made each match unique and unpredictable, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats. Being a gladiator was tough. The physical demands were immense and the mental strain was equally challenging. They had to be in peak physical condition and always ready for the next fight. Injuries were common, and the threat of death was ever present. They trained super hard in special schools called ludi. These schools were like boot camps, where gladiators were drilled in combat techniques, physical fitness and strategy. The training was relentless, but it was necessary to prepare them for the brutal reality of the arena. Their lives were all about discipline and the risk of getting hurt or even killed in the arena. Every day was a test of their strength, skill, and endurance. The discipline they maintained was crucial for their survival and success. But gladiators weren't just mindless fighters. They were tacticians who had to think on their feet and adapt to their opponent's moves. Strategy played a significant role in their battles, and a well-thought-out plan could mean the difference between life and death. They were skilled athletes who earned respect, even admiration, from the Roman people. The crowd loved them, and their bravery and skill were celebrated. For many Romans, gladiators were the ultimate heroes, embodying the virtues of strength, courage, and resilience. And here's something you might not know. Not all gladiator fights ended in death. Many matches were fought to first blood or until one gladiator conceded. These non-lethal combats were just as thrilling and showcased the gladiators' skills without the fatal consequences. Some were just for show, to show off their skills and how tough they were. These exhibitions were a way for gladiators to demonstrate their prowess and entertain the crowd without the risk of death. It was a chance for them to shine and gain recognition. If a gladiator fought bravely or was really good, they could become famous and even wealthy. Their names would be known throughout the empire and they could earn substantial rewards. Fame and fortune were within reach for those who excelled in the arena. Some even earned their freedom. A gladiator who consistently performed well and gained the favor of the crowd and the emperor could be granted their freedom. This was the ultimate reward, allowing them to leave the brutal life of the arena behind. The best gladiators were like celebrities, their names known all over the empire. They were celebrated and admired, and their stories were told and retold. These legendary figures left a lasting legacy that continues to captivate us today. The games were more than just fighting, though. They were grand spectacles that included elaborate ceremonies, exotic animals, and dramatic reenactments. The Colosseum was a place of entertainment and wonder, where the people of Rome could escape from their daily lives. They were like giant shows, a way for the emperors to entertain people and show off their power. The games were a tool of political propaganda, demonstrating the emperor's generosity and control. It was a way to keep the populace happy and distracted. The Colosseum was the stage where gladiators could become legends, and the crowd could experience the excitement of the arena. It was a place where history was made, and the echoes of those ancient battles still resonate today. Okay, picture this. Under the Colosseum's wooden floor there was this whole underground maze called the Hypogeum. This hidden labyrinth was a marvel of ancient engineering, a testament to the ingenuity and ambition of the Roman Empire. Imagine the excitement and anticipation that must have filled the air as the crowd above awaited the next spectacle, completely unaware of the bustling activity happening just beneath their feet. It was a network of tunnels and rooms, a real engineering masterpiece, and it was key to making the games run smoothly. These tunnels were meticulously designed to ensure that every aspect of the games could be controlled and executed with precision. From the moment a gladiator or animal entered the Hypogeum, their fate was in the hands of the skilled engineers and workers who operated this underground world. The Hypogeum had a system of lifts and ramps to move animals, props, and gladiators up to the arena. These lifts were powered by a complex system of pulleys and counterweights, allowing for seamless transitions between the Hypogeum and the arena floor. The ramps and lifts were essential for creating the dramatic entrances and exits that thrilled the audience. It would have been buzzing with activity stagehands, animal handlers, and gladiators all getting ready for the show. The Hypogeum was a hive of activity. with workers preparing the animals, setting up props, and ensuring that everything was in place for the next act. The coordination and teamwork required to pull off these spectacles were nothing short of extraordinary. You can imagine the nervous energy, the smell of the animals, the sounds of weapons. The air would have been thick with anticipation and tension as gladiators prepared for battle, knowing that their lives depended on their skill and bravery. The sounds of animals growling and the clinking of weapons would have added to the charged atmosphere. They even kept the animals for the games down there: lions, tigers, bears, elephants, you name it. These exotic creatures were brought from all corners of the Roman Empire, showcasing the vast reach and power of Rome. The presence of such diverse and dangerous animals added an element of unpredictability and excitement to the games. They brought these exotic creatures from all corners of the empire. The journey to Rome was long and arduous, with animals transported by ship and then by land to the Colosseum. The logistics of moving these creatures were complex, requiring careful planning and coordination. They were kept in cages in the tunnels, and you could probably hear them roaring and growling. The sounds of these powerful animals would have echoed through the hypogeum, adding to the sense of danger and excitement. The handlers had to be constantly vigilant, ensuring that the animals were ready for their moment in the arena. The hypogeum was all about creating drama. Every element was designed to heighten the tension and thrill of the games. The sudden appearance of a gladiator or animal from below the arena floor could change the course of a battle in an instant. Gladiators and animals could suddenly appear or disappear, making the games even more exciting and surprising. The element of surprise was a key part of the spectacle, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats. The roar of the crowd, the clash of swords, the dust from the arena. It must have been an incredible experience for those lucky enough to be there. The energy and excitement of the Colosseum Games were unmatched, creating memories that would last a lifetime for those who witnessed them. We know the Colosseum was famous for gladiator fights and hunts, but they also used it for all sorts of other events. We're talking public executions, fake naval battles, religious festivals, even plays. One of the coolest things they did was the naumachia, a fake naval battle. They would flood the whole arena with water and have these special ships fight each other. People loved these shows because they showed off Rome's powerful navy and were just plain awesome to watch. Over time, the Colosseum's purpose changed. It was a fortress, a quarry for building materials, and even a Christian shrine. During the Middle Ages, though, it started to fall apart. Earthquakes and neglect took their toll, and the once majestic Colosseum wasn't what it used to be. But even though it had a rough time, the Colosseum remained a powerful symbol of Rome's past. It reminded people of the city's glory days and inspired artists, writers, and travelers. Fast forward to today, and the Colosseum is one of the most famous landmarks in the world. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a huge tourist attraction with millions of visitors every year. Even after all this time, it still amazes people. They're working hard to preserve it too. Archaeologists and engineers are always trying to protect the Colosseum and uncover its secrets. Their work teaches us a lot about how the Romans designed and built things. The Colosseum has become like a mascot for Rome. It represents the city's rich history and its lasting impact. You'll see its picture on everything from souvenirs to official documents. That's how important it is to Italian culture. The Colosseum is a reminder of how creative, ambitious, and sometimes cruel the Roman Empire could be. It was a place of incredible entertainment and also terrible violence. Its story is a mix of amazing architecture, skilled gladiators, and the ups and downs of history. When we stand near this ancient monument, it makes us think about the power of what humans can create and how fascinating the past is. The Colosseum's old stones seem to whisper stories of emperors and gladiators, victories and defeats. It's a place where history comes to life, taking us back to a time of empires and legendary warriors. But the Colosseum isn't just about the past. It reminds us how important it is to protect our history and learn from it. It symbolizes the lasting power of human achievement and how important it is to understand the complicated story of humanity.